Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. I hope that your weekend went well. Thank you for all your comments. I love it. Thank you for everything, truly. For the likes, the hypes, the subscribes, how do we call it? When you are sending me money, all those kind of things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it so much. So anyway, let's get into it. I opened a few cards. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. We have a lot of cups energy here. So, first of all, the first card that came out, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. This is telling me that you were dealing here with a situation where you might have felt the need to take yourself out of a difficult environment, a cold environment, maybe an environment where you felt very lonely, unseen, misunderstood, no support, no help, maybe even the opposite of that, right? Five of Cups in reverse. Then, second place, the Eight of Cups. It's interesting that it's in the second place, because in the second place we are talking about relationship connections, all those kind of things, right? And so the Eight of Cups, we are talking about you taking distance, even isolating yourself if needed in order to heal, and also sometimes leaving behind you things, places, people that you love, that you like, but you truly felt the need here to regain your power, cleanse your mind, reconnect to your heart space, the Eight of Cups, right? Taking distance in order to heal. Then another Cups came out. We have the Page of Cups. This is telling me what you needed to heal. You needed to heal your inner child. There are wounds that were within you since a very, very long time. So we might be talking about even personality traits that you developed because of those wounds. Maybe roles that you have embodied because of those wounds, like for example the people pleaser. We know that the people pleaser, it is coming from a place of, okay, this is the role I'm going to take, so maybe people will see me, maybe people will value me, all those kind of things. So the Page of Cups talking about the inner child healing. So cups, cups, cups. Then fourth position in the setting and the foundation, we have the Tower in reverse. This is telling me that you were truly at the brink, do we say that? At the brink of crashing down. This is telling me that you were truly at a place where it's survival. It's either I'm saving myself or I'm just abandoning myself, right? It was either or. And you decided to save yourself. I read in the comments someone saying something about, I got to a place where I just didn't care. And I answered, very often we need to get to this place of, I don't care anymore, I cannot do that anymore, in order to truly, first of all, start to heal. And also, this release is also allowing the universe to come in. I know that me personally, when I got to places where I said, you know what, I'm letting go, I'm letting go. Then suddenly beautiful things are happening because I am releasing control, right? And also, saying this, it means that there was a fight. Sometimes it's an inner fight, sometimes it is a fight in order to be seen, appreciated, understood, supported. And in fact, the only fact that we are in this fight, it is already telling us that it is not healthy, right? We are not supposed to fight in order to be seen. We might express ourselves in order to be seen, but when we are in this fight energy, it means that we are in survival mode, right? So it's very important. So yeah, you avoided a tower. There might be even some kind of intervention that came from the highest, from your guides, from your higher self, from your intuition, telling you that's it. It's time. It's now. You have to do something, and what you have to do, it is go and heal your inner child because you are in an environment where it's cold. Emotionally, it is cold, right? Seeing all of this, it was obvious for me that we are talking about healing. What came right after? The Three of Swords in reverse, talking about healing. This is the path shift. This is the change. The change is you getting to this place where you are saying, okay, something needs to change. Something needs to change, even if it means that I need to let go. I will let go, but I have to listen to myself. I have to take care of myself because I kind of feel that you would drown emotionally. For sure, you would drown, but maybe even physically. Your body has given you all kind of signs to stop you, right? To tell you, hey, something is not okay. We might be talking about eating disorders, right? We might be talking about your lower back, for example, that suddenly you cannot stand up. We might be talking about a same place that is breaking over and over and over again. Maybe terrible headaches, something like that, you know. This is your body expressing something, right? So the Three of Swords, this is the change, the moment that you took yourself seriously. You took yourself seriously. I don't know if it's well said, right? The moment that you understood that you need to take care of yourself. It's not about other people anymore. It's done other people. Now it is you. This is what you need to do, right? And in the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. So this is telling me a few things. Are we talking about an aha moment? Maybe. Doesn't have to be. It's not the Ace of Wands. It is the Page of Wands. This is talking about an impulse. This, at the end of the day, it is talking about an impulse of life, right? This is life force. This is moving forward. This is a renewal of energy. This is what needed to happen. You were in an environment that was, wow, we have the Ace of Swords here. Mental clarity, seeing some kind of truth, maybe even expressing something very, very important. This is talking about focus. We are talking about focus. I kind of feel that we are truly talking about you needing to focus on yourself in order to regain your mental clarity. We are talking about you being in a state where you might have been even overthinking every interaction that you had with people, right? Because you were emotionally exhausted. You had to truly break the cycle. And it kind of feels that this is exactly what you did. And there is now a new impulse of life, maybe inspiration, maybe creation, maybe something new. This is with the Page of Wands, we have a new excitement, right? So it's beautiful. I love it. We will get a little bit deeper into that. Get a little bit more information. I have a new deck. That I was waiting for since some time. Maybe I will talk about it afterwards. You will see it is the same artist. You will recognize the artist, right? So, I have also something else to tell you at the end of a question to ask you, what you think about something. An inspiration that I had, thanks to this deck, in fact. So anyway, just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it's a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself anything that is not yours, right? If I'm talking about masculines or feminines, I'm not especially talking about the gender. I'm talking about the energy. So please apply it however it applies, and this reading can be past, present, or future. So let's see what's going on here. Let's get a little bit more information about this Five of Cups. Tell me. The Five of Cups in reverse. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. Very interesting. And the Six of Wands in reverse. Listen, with the Six of Wands in reverse here, I truly feel that there was some kind of lack of support, right? When you had good things happening to you, even if there was a congratulations, it was not a real one, right? It was like a pro forma. I will congratulate you because I have to, but in the energy, this is truly telling me no support, nothing. It's dry. It's very, very dry. You might even have felt that people were treating you as if you were a loser, right? With the Three of Pentacles here, people not working with you. Not working with you. Maybe even working against you. While you might have been the most loving, the most supportive, always responding when somebody needs you, always proposing your help. Right? Let me check that you can see all my beautiful cards. Yes, you absolutely can. I can even move it a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, it was very, very cold there. It was very cold there. And I will tell you something. When you are in this environment, and let's say that we are talking about, let's say that it's your family, or it's an environment in which you were for a long time. It might be your family, it might be your family-in-law, it might be a spouse, it might be whoever, a group of friends, doesn't matter. But the problem here is that you are getting used to that. So I'm not even talking about the impact that it has on your mental health, on your energy, right? But you are also getting used to not being supported, not having what you deserve. This becomes, we get used to things in life, which is great. It's important to adapt ourselves. We are saying that adaptation is one of the signs of survival of our species. It is also a form of intelligence, but sometimes adaptation is not good, It's not good. Because here you are adapting to getting the bare minimum while maybe giving everything, right? Let's see, the Five of Cups in reverse. Anything else that we should know about this Five of Cups in reverse? The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands? Yeah, the Ten of Wands. I'm checking the cards because, as said, it is a very, very new deck. And as you can see, the images, it's not all very, very clear. So I just have to get used to it. But how beautiful. How beautiful. I don't know if the camera and the light now is giving it all its glory, but it's glorious. It's glorious. So anyway, Ten of Wands, yeah, being very, very burdened, right? I already explained to you that when we are talking about the Ten of Wands, first of all, you are very, very burdened. So burdened that you cannot even see what is in front of you. But more than that, you are also carrying burdens that are not yours to carry. Right? Okay, anything else here about this Five of Cups in reverse? We have the Six. One second, I think that it's the Six of Wands. Yeah, Sagittarius. So we are talking... the Nine of Wands in reverse. Sorry. Yeah, the Nine of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this is exhaustion, right? With the Nine of Wands, we are talking about the Wounded Warrior in reverse. You got to a place of exhaustion. This is truly what I feel here, right? With the Tower in reverse. It was truly, you were on the brink of total breakage. And when I'm saying that, it might be that, it might be even doing something, you know? You understand what I mean? Something bad against yourself because you couldn't anymore. It was like a inner explosion. Yeah, exhausted. You exhausted yourself. You got to your limit, in fact, right? So let's see the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This is telling me that you were dealing with people who wanted to keep you small. They wanted to keep you being dependent on them. So, are we talking financially? Maybe. Are we talking emotionally? Maybe. It's very interesting that this Nine of Pentacles in reverse came out here because we are talking about the Eight of Cups. So it kind of feels that they did, your environment did everything in their power in order for you to not being able to take the distance and heal. This is what this is telling me. Because with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, what we have here, it is no abundance, no success, nothing positive, no comfort. With the Nine of Pentacles, we are talking about comfort. We are talking about taking care of yourself. We are talking about you being comfortable in your skin, in your environment, right? And this brings abundance. Here it is saying that you were dealing with people who didn't take care of you. They didn't. Maybe they took care of their plants better than they took care of you, right? Maybe they took care of their car better than they took care of you. Yeah, but it kind of feels also that they wanted to keep you in this energy. 9-9. Yeah. Okay. Anything else here with the Eight of Cups? The Lovers in reverse, listen. When I'm saying that they were taking better care of their plants, maybe their dog or their car or whatever, no matter who and what, right? I love that they take care of their animals. I'm an animal lover, but you understand what I mean here. They would take care of everyone before they would take care of you. With the Lovers in reverse, we are talking about people who are not operating from their higher self also, right? So if you were projecting yourself on them, right? So being very confused because you are not getting the normal answers, like you are all giving, all loving, all of that. And what you are getting is neglect. It is being unseen, unheard, prioritizing anyone above you. Yeah, because we are talking here with these Lovers in reverse. I kind of feel like we are more talking about people who are all about ego. I guess that when they felt that they might have lost you, then suddenly there was some kind of love bombing happening, right? And love bombing, it doesn't have to be a partner or a spouse. It can be the family system also. They can love bomb you suddenly. It only stays for the time being, like with if you are in a relationship, a romantic relationship with a narcissist. It's the same. They will love bomb you until they trap you again emotionally, right? During this time, they will also create all kind of manipulation in order to weaken you even more without you realizing, sometimes isolating you. Sometimes the smear campaign is happening behind your back, right? Yeah, okay. The Page of Cups. Let's see the Page of Cups. What are we getting here with this Page of Cups? The Five of Wands. Yeah, creating conflicts in your life all the time and trying to block your energy. Listen. Yeah. The Five of Swords. It's not even the Five of Wands. It's the Five of Swords. Yeah, they wanted to win at all cost. You know, if you were listening to whoever we are talking about, right? And paying attention to their words were empty words. It was all about winning. Five of Swords. Somebody who wants to win at all cost. They are after their ego, they are selfish, self-centered, it's all about them. They don't care about you, they don't see you. If they need to eliminate you in order to win, this is what they will do. Five of Swords. Ace of Wands. In reverse, taking your life force. This is taking your life force. This is what it was about. Drying you out. You being weak. It reminds me a little bit of the reading that I did in the membership, which should be posted by now, the energy of the week. It's not talking about that, but if you've seen the reading, this might be the story behind, right? Okay. Let's see the Page of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. They wanted to take it all from you. All. Listen, I want to tell you something, right? You were dealing here with someone that was very, very, very toxic, very selfish, right? Truly. I said, I love this card because look at this card. This is truly, you know, we see the spider web here, right? It is somebody who's putting you into a spider web. I'm seeing the Devil's card in front of me, obviously. This is a spider web. Yeah. It was all about drying you out, drying you out of your life force, of your willingness to engage, to live, to be happy, right? And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, trying to take from you every kind of opportunity that might be coming your way. It's terrible. It is terrible. We might be talking about a dysfunctional family system. We might, right? Because if you are a free thinker, if you are somebody independent, which is kind of crazy because very often in those kind of family systems, you are forced to adopt some kind of role. It's not that you choose to be independent, right? It's just that you have no other choice. It's a survival response. But at the end of the day, when you want to live your life being yourself, they don't want that. They need you to be trapped in your role, right? And so they think that if you would have some kind of happiness or some kind of success, some kind of opportunity, then they are totally losing control over you. I kind of feel that this is what we might be talking about. It doesn't have to be. It can also be a romantic relationship. It might even be a friend at the end of the day. It might. But I kind of feel that with the inner child healing here, with the Page of Cups, I truly feel the inner child healing. So I kind of feel here that we might be talking about an old wound that you were carrying, right? That made you maybe tolerate things that you shouldn't have. I don't think that it's always the case, right? I think that sometimes when you grow up in a very, very healthy environment, you never dealt with toxicity, and this is why you are operating from a very, very healthy place with somebody who is very, very unhealthy. So because you don't know that and you are operating like if you are dealing with somebody healthy, they might trap you also, right? So it's not always that you fall into a relationship with a narcissistic person, for example, because of your past. But often there is this option that at home already you were neglected, you were not listened to, you were not supported, you were not something there, right? That this is why you tolerate more than what you should. Okay. Is there anything else here about this Page of Cups that we should be aware of? The Two of Cups. Okay. Let's see here, this Two of Cups. Tell me, the Two of Cups. The Eight of Swords in reverse. Because with the Two of Cups, we are talking about a healthy relationship, right? We kind of feel here with this Eight of Swords, there might be someone that you met. It can be in real life. It might be that you went or you saw a TED Talk. It might be whoever. But it kind of feels that there is somebody that you met here that gave you this kind of aha moment, taking you out of this mental prison, bringing you some kind of clarity. It might also be a tarot reading, right? It might be a therapist, a psychologist that you went to. But I kind of feel here that there was some kind of connection with someone that was putting you in a who brought you some kind of basis to understand what is a healthy connection, because it took you out of the Eight of Swords energy, which is being in a mental prison. So I kind of feel that with the Two of Cups here, you met some, it is true, someone. So it can be in real life, but it can also be online, for example, right? It may be a book that you read. It might be a reel that just passed on your Instagram. Might be. Let's see here. Wait, I want to shuffle. And we'll get into this Tower in reverse. Tell me the Tower in reverse. 1 second, please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hear my baby calling me. She needs to get down. Yeah. Okay. Yep, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I was surprised that she didn't ask before to come down. She asked it now. She was on the terrace. Okay, listen. The Two of Pentacles in reverse, right? So yeah, there was a lot of instability where you were. You had a very, very hard time to maintain some kind of... I kind of feel, you know, that at the end of the day, because of all this tension and the lack of fulfillment, emotional support, and it's not even a lack of, like it's not that your cup wasn't filled, it is that it was dried out, right? So I kind of truly feel here that you needed to fight so much, maybe just to do the most simple things of everyday life. Just, I kind of feel here that it's truly, we are talking about being in constant survival mode, putting so much energy just to be able to function, the basic of the basic, right? Yeah, it was essential to react. You had to react. Okay. Tell me something else here about this tower in reverse. The moon in reverse. Beautiful. Beautiful. With the moon, we are talking about confusion, lack of clarity, being very emotional, right? But there are things that are hidden in the dark. You might have interpreted all the time whatever they were telling you through your own filters, right? And this was the confusion. At a certain moment, it seems like you understood here that there was something very, very dark hidden, right? That you didn't see before. Yeah, with the moon in reverse, there is some kind of illumination. You see something. Okay. Anything else about this tower? What you might have seen, it is just the level of energy that you needed to put just in order to function, right? And that you said, no, it's not okay, it's not normal. It's not normal, right? And in the meantime, they were making you think that you are the problem, right? They were pumping your energy, vampirizing your energy, and in the same time, they are blaming you because you are struggling. When in fact you are struggling because of your environment, right? Tell me the tower in reverse. Yeah, the world in reverse. Yeah, you were stuck in a cycle. You were stuck in a cycle. And I feel that they wanted you to be stuck in this cycle. Yeah, you are the generational curse breaker, right? Look at this card. The beauty. Yeah. It was truly, you know, after you fighting in order to get to something just a little bit comfortable, just a little bit something, you know, you were truly at the brink of either I'm staying in this loop, right? And I just abandon everything. I abandon myself at the end of the day. This is what it is. But I truly feel here that there was a calling, something that happened that forced you to react and say, no way, this is not normal. I am tired of this. There is here something that is not okay, and I am fighting all the time alone, and I am not supported. At the opposite, I am just taken down. I deserve something better. Like, you might have been screaming for help, you know, and there was nothing coming to you. Nothing. Nothing, which is worse than everything, right? It's interesting because here it is the major arcana card that we have. In all of this we have one major arcana, the tower, and here we have two major arcana that came out. I'm looking if there was any other major arcana that came out. Yeah, the lovers in reverse. Yeah, I kind of feel that you understood that you were not in a loving environment, right? That whatever choices they were making, you were never considered in those choices. Okay. Let's see the Three of Swords in reverse. I love to end with this Three of Swords in reverse because this is truly saying healing. Healing of betrayal. Because at the end of the day, being in such an environment, it is being betrayed over and over and over and over again. Tell me here, the Three of Swords in reverse, the High Priestess, the High Priestess. Yeah, listen, you needed to listen to yourself, to your inner knowledge, what you know to be true. Yeah. There is also something about this High Priestess, maybe talking about acting in silence, right? You might have observed since some time, there might have been already a shift in you before you took the distance, right? This is going low contact or going no contact, right? This is what this is meaning here, right? In order to take yourself out of this very, very cold energy. Cold, I'm speaking emotionally cold, obviously, right? So you might have observed for some time, but at a certain moment here, you listen to your intuition. With the priestess, we are with the energy of the moon. You listen to your intuition. Okay. The Three of Swords in reverse. The Three of Cups. Yeah, your environment. You were ready for a happy environment, not this fucked up environment. Tell me more here, please. Another tree. This is amazing. It's the third tree that we have here. The Three of Wands, looking at your future, moving towards your future. Yeah, I kind of feel here that there was something about knowing that from this environment, nothing would come anymore, right? There is here something with this Three of Cups that might be related to, once again, what I said before, someone gave you some kind of information. Maybe it's not even an information, maybe it's an example, you know. Maybe you went to somebody else's family or their connection, and what you saw made it obvious for you that what you were having, it was not normal, right? Might be. It might be that you made a Reddit post and people, you know, and you ask like, am I the asshole? And people were saying, what are you saying even? Like, do you understand what's going on in your environment? Do you understand how you are mistreated? You understand? There is here something about environment. Three times three. Tell me, the Three of Swords. The Magician, a new beginning. Regaining your power and going towards a new beginning. Listen, this healing here comes from you listening to your intuition, understanding that you are stuck in a cycle that will never change. I talked about the change, right? When you understand that nothing is changing in front of you, you have to change something inside of you. And it truly feels here that this is what you did. They might have made you doubt of your intuition all the time. You saying something is not okay, and a few people saying, no, you are not okay. Right? Maybe until someone told you, no, you are right, it is not okay. But you, because everybody said that it's okay, you thought that you were the problem. But no, they all said that it's okay because, you know, it's comfortable for them. You know, you might go to your family, just an example, right? They are against divorce, right? For them, divorce is not possible. They don't want you to get divorced because they don't want to deal with all the bullshit of the divorce, right? They want things to stay how it is. They don't care if you're happy or not. And you are saying, listen, my spouse cheated on me. And they will say, okay, it's normal, just let it go, you know? Then you go to your sibling, the sibling is saying the same, your parents saying the same, your cousin saying the same, everybody's saying, no, you know, while they might have gotten a divorce because of that. But with you, you know, you have no value. You suffer. You are being mistreated. It doesn't matter. You have to accept it, right? I kind of feel that at a certain moment you understood. No, absolutely not. Regaining your power, it's beautiful. The magician. Yeah, regaining your power. Now you have a future, right? There was no future before. The future was not possible because of the energy. You were in a grave, right? What I saw, it was like a black hole. That you were there stuck in this black hole, just trying to get out of the black hole, putting the energy just to get out of the black hole, for getting up and somebody taking you down again, right? There was no more energy for the light. There was none. Okay. Let's go to closure here. This is a very, very deep healing, right? Very deep reading. Talking about healing. But it's very deep. Closure, please. Yeah, listen, there was somebody here that wanted to block you. There was somebody here that wanted to block you. Intense. The Knight of Wands in reverse. It was truly about blocking you, right? There is here something that you have, something precious. Some kind of ability. We might be talking about money. We might, but it feels more here with this Eight of Pentacles that we are talking about some kind of mastery that you have, right? Let's get a little bit more information here about this Eight of Pentacles that came out. It truly feels that it was about blocking you from some kind of mastery. Tell me? The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you see the Seven of Pentacles. For you not to be able to invest in yourself, in your future, in who you are supposed to become. Being unable for you to invest in yourself. Yeah, this is what it was. You had to save yourself. Listen, if you are carrying any kind of guilt, right? Because maybe you just step out of that. Because trust and believe that once you regain your feeling of safety and you regain your mental clarity, there will be no doubt in you that you did the right thing. But if you know you just did it and you carry guilt, please don't feel guilty. You have to save yourself, right? And people will say whatever they will say. I don't think that there is one person that went no contact with, for example, their family that doesn't hear you are the problem. You have to tolerate, you have to this, you have to that. Trust and believe that when you are getting to a certain place where you regain your power and your mental clarity, you say, you know, you don't care about it anymore because you understand. And what you also understand, it is why people are saying that, right? Closure, something else here regarding the closure. The Two of Wands. You have, listen, we had here the Magician, you regaining your power, having a new beginning, believing in yourself, believing in your own abilities, those same abilities that they were trying to block out of you, right? They wanted to block it from you, and they were aggressive. When we are talking here about the Knight of Wands in reverse, we are talking about someone who is acting recklessly, right? Right, listen. Yeah, planning your future. Now it's about you. You understand? Now it's about you. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, we have the Page of Cups in reverse here. The Page of Cups. Yeah, they wanted to keep you in survival mode. There might be some kind of element of money. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There might be some kind of element of money that they wanted to take from you, or there might be some kind of... Look, the Chariot in reverse. They wanted you stuck. They wanted you stuck. Yeah. Yeah, listen. They wanted you stuck. They didn't want you to heal. They might have told you, you have to go to a shrink. You have mental health issues, right? But they are just saying that to say that you are the problem. They don't truly want you to heal, right? If healing means that you will tolerate their bullshit, then of course they want you to heal. But this is not what healing truly is. When you are healing, you don't tolerate to be in environments that are treating you like shit, like if you are nothing, you know? You are just there in order to serve others, being at service of others when nobody cares about you, nobody supports you, nobody respects you, right? So listen, I will leave it here. I kind of feel that it is a deep but important reading. If you are not part of the membership, right, and you are interested to have the energy of the week, in the energy of the week we are talking about something that might somehow be related to that, but we are talking about the energy of the week, what is going to happen energetically during the week. So if you are interested in the same place that you pushed in order to subscribe to the channel, now there should be a join. So you push there and then you can join the channel. Something else that I wanted to talk to you about, it is that, I don't know if you can see, but here in this deck, instead of the elements being the cups, the wands, the swords, the pentacles, which are at the end of the day a symbol of the elements, right? Because the cups, in fact, we are talking about water, we are talking about emotion. With the wands, we are talking about fire, the fiery energy. When we are talking about pentacles, we are talking about earth energy. When we are talking about swords, we are talking about air energy, our intellect, communication, all those kind of things. I was thinking about maybe introducing the pure elements in my reading. You see that I always tell you about the cards, right? And I kind of feel that maybe it won't be natural for me because I'm so used to just, you know, say the elements. So I will also have to adapt myself to it. But I kind of feel that it would be great, you know, to bring those pure elements instead of the symbol of the element. So instead of saying the Eight of Cups, I would say the Eight of Water, right? Instead of saying the Tree of Swords, I would say the Tree of Air. Right? I kind of feel that there is something interesting here. Let me know what you think about it. If you care, if you don't care, if you think that it would be more confusing for you, because now you might be, oh, you know tarot, or you are interested in tarot, I don't know, let me know. Something else that I want to tell you, you know that usually I am putting the link to the decks that I use in the description box, because I had a few times that you ask me, right? And sometimes I can also get like, I'm asking to have codes, you know, so you can have like a better price. So anyway, I'm putting usually the decks that I'm using. Here regarding this deck, it is a very, very precious deck. It was a Kickstarter, so I was waiting for it for a long time. And from what I understood from the creator of this deck, it was very, very complicated to create. So it is a limited edition. So I don't know if there are still decks or not. So if there is, I will put it in the description box. And why am I saying that? Because it is a limited edition. First of all, it is an amazing deck. I don't know if you can see here all the gold and everything and the book that comes with it. It's beautiful, amazing, so much information inside of it. Truly, the deck is called Dream of Nile tarot. It's just everything about it. It is just, it's stunning. It's stunning. You see, everything is stunning. Why am I saying that? Because first of all, if you are interested in this deck, if you see the link, right, I guess that it will only be relevant in the coming weeks, because when there are no more decks, there are no more decks. Also, something else that I want to tell you, because when I went to this deck, then I realized this is also a great deck to invest in. Like, I know that when I was searching for this deck, I was searching for another version of this deck that was not, they are all limited editions at the end of the day here, right? And so I could buy it on eBay, but it was like $250 or $300. So I just waited for the new edition to come out. But here it is truly a beautiful, beautiful edition. It won't come out again because she explained it's too complicated to make. Truly, she suffered making this deck. But if you want to invest in it, and the link is there, I'm waiting for an answer. I asked from them if it's still possible to have other decks. Maybe I will order another deck for myself even. So anyway, this being said, I will close the reading here. I wish you a beautiful week. I'll see you in the comments. Until very, very soon. Bye.